Good afternoon again, everyone. Again, my name is Melody, and I'm standing over here by the larger side of the exhibit. And I want to thank you all for joining me for my favorite time of the day, when we will attempt to feed these two giant Pacific octopuses. And you can get a great view on either side of the exhibit. I will be talking mostly about Mayhem, the animal that we have over on this larger side, but everything I say will also be true of Oreo, the giant Pacific octopus, on that smaller side. And if you do want to peek into the larger exhibit, there is a screen at the very back of the room showing a bird's eye view of what's going on this larger side. And thank you so much for sitting down and giving everybody a great view. Just look around, and besides you, make sure there's nobody smaller that's trying to get up front. And we will go ahead and get started. I'm sure you've already noticed our feeders up in place. We have Chris on top of the large exhibit up here, and we have Austin on the smaller side of the exhibit, our lucky volunteers that will be attempting to feed. And I do say it is an attempted feeding for a couple reasons. Reason number one is that these are wild animals. They were collected from the ocean before they came to live here at the aquarium, and you never know what a wild animal will do. And reason number two is that right now it's 4 o'clock for us. It's kind of the middle of the day. For an octopus, it's like the middle of the night, because they are normally not active during the day. They are crepuscular animals, a very cool word, and it just means that they are most active at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, just like a cat. So does anybody have a pet cat at home? And have you ever noticed that your cat gets really active and frisky at the end of the day? That's because they're crepuscular, just like these animals. So this is like we're walking into your bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning and wafting a plate of your favorite food in front of your face. You might take a bite, or you might just keep on resting, which it looks like both of our animals are doing right now. But if you haven't already, if you feeders want to go ahead and introduce some food, hopefully we will see some change in the bodies of these animals. Hopefully we will see them wake up, get interested, and show off their bodies so you can see why they are my favorite animal that we have at the aquarium. And I do want to tell you that they are both giant Pacific octopus, which means they are a member of the largest species of octopus in the world. So very cool that we have them here at the aquarium, and even cooler that we have them living right in the water outside the aquarium here in Puget Sound. And just to let you know how big giant is, there are about 300 species of octopus in the world. He took it. Oh, and you can only get big by eating, which it looks like Mayhem is interested in doing this afternoon. Excellent. And almost all of those species of octopus are smaller than your fist. As you can see, Mayhem and Oreo are a lot larger. In fact, these girls are between 40 and 50 pounds right now. Does anybody think they can get even bigger than 40 to 50 pounds? I see a lot of optimists in the crowd. You are definitely right. Here in Puget Sound, these animals are 70 pounds. Up in Alaska, they'll top out over 100 pounds. And the largest one that we know of was caught off the coast of Santa Barbara in the 1940s, and it weighed 400 pounds. Absolutely enormous. And as I said, the only way you can get that large is by eating a lot. So we offer our animals a wide variety of food because they would eat a lot of different kinds of seafood in the wild. Today we are offering some clam and some shrimp. And there are a few ways that our animals can know that that food is in the water. And it looks like Mayhem is definitely using her sense of taste to taste that juicy clam in the water. A very funny thing about an octopus is that they do not taste with their mouth. Does anyone know where the mouth of an octopus is? Go ahead and shout it out.
The bottom.
On the bottom, exactly. So we can't see them on our real animals, but on my octopus puppet, if you spread those 8 arms wide apart, on the bottom, in the middle, you would find their mouth. But as I mentioned, that is not what they taste with. They actually taste with all of their arms. So all of those sucker discs that you see sticking to the glass, or that they're using to grab, also how they taste that clammy goodness in the water. It's a very handy tool to have when you are an octopus, an animal that lives at the bottom of the ocean, lives in caves, and is hunting in cracks and crevices, dark places for your food, places where you can't really see. I think of it as if we were able to go down to the kitchen for a midnight snack, and we open up the refrigerator but the light's off so we can't see the food inside, but we can stick our hands in and still taste what food is in there. So think for a moment whether you would want to be a giant Pacific octopus and be able to taste everything you touch, including the inside of your shoes. Maybe not something that would appeal to us, but it is essential for their survival to get as much food as they need to grow as large as they do. And one of the most impressive things about them is how fast they grow. These animals both started off their life the size of a grain of rice. So I have some real giant Pacific octopus eggs with me if you'd like to get a closer look after the feeding. But does anybody have a guess how long it takes to grow from gray octopus is when they are getting ready to reproduce? And so we do keep our animals here for a while and make sure to release them when they are getting close to that time so that they can keep that population of giant Pacific octopus going in Puget Sound. And do we have any other pieces of food to offer? Did we already get the shrimp in?